No license on it.
Good morning. I am Mary Kay Bean, and I serve as Public Information Officer for the Michigan Gaming Control Board. Before the public meeting begins, I want to review some information for audience members joining us virtually today. Audio settings. If you are participating via Zoom, you can access audio settings and test them during the meeting. See Meeting Controls and click the arrow next to Mute for mute or unmute options. Click Audio Options to open your audio settings. For closed captioning, go to the navigation panel and click Closed Caption to start viewing. You can click and drag the provided subtitles to move their position in the meeting window. Caption size can be adjusted by clicking the up arrow next to Start Video/Stop Video. Then, click Video Settings followed by Accessibility. Move the slide to adjust the caption size. To comment on an agenda item, please enter your name and telephone number in the Q&A box on the Zoom screen when the agenda item is introduced. You will receive a telephone call from area code 248. This call will connect you to the meeting so you can speak. The chairperson will request comments when it is time to speak. Instructions for participating in the public comment period. Zoom participants should select Q&A at the bottom of the screen. Type your name and phone number in the compose box and select Send. You will receive a call from the 248 area code and will be placed in the queue to speak. You also may type a question in the compose box, which will be read aloud. Meeting agenda. You may access the meeting agenda using a link in the Zoom meeting chat section or visit the About MGCB section of the agency's website, www.michigan.gov/MGCB, and click on the link for board meeting schedule and agendas. Now, I would like to introduce Board Chairperson Linda Forte, who will open the meeting. Ms. Forte.
Thank you, Ms. Bean. Good morning, everyone. We're going to call to order the meeting. I am Linda Forte. I'm chair of the Michigan Gaming Control Board, and present with me today are Mr. Palms and Ms. Lambert Bounds. Board member Joni Thrower Davis will not be present for today's meeting. We have a quorum to proceed with today's meeting to decide various matters listed on the agenda. There will be an opportunity for public comment later in the agenda after the business portion is completed. And anyone wishing to address the board must fill out a request form, which is available at the reception table just outside of the hearing room entrance. The first item of business is to consider approval of the minutes of the board's regular public meeting held on August 9, 2022. Board members have been provided with a copy of the prepared minutes of the board's last public meeting held on August 9, 2022 for review prior to today's meeting. Do members have any corrections, additions, or deletions to the prepared minutes?
No.
Board member Lambert Bounds, could we please have a motion to adopt the prepared minutes?
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion is approved. The next item is the Executive Director's report. And Mr. Williams, would you please present your report? Good morning.
I don't think it's all right. Thank you. Good morning, Madam Chair and board members. The board has received a written version of my report, so I will summarize my report. Since the board's last regular public meeting, the following board-related activities and events have occurred. Staffing, MGCB has hired 3 new employees, and 2 employees have departed or resigned. The Gaming Control Board currently has 155 employees and 30 vacant positions. The additional vacant positions are due to the appropriations appropriation of 18 new FTEs for the new fiscal year, which started on October 1st. Ongoing efforts to fill the board's 30 positions will continue until all the positions are filled. A roster of the board's current staff, including the state police and attorney general staff assigned to assist the board in carrying out its statutory duties and responsibilities under the Gaming Control and Revenue Act as amended in 1997, is included in your packet for your reference as attachment 1. Budget. As of September 30th, 2022, total MGCB expenditures were $28,465,894. This leaves an unexpended balance of $6,494,902 in appropriated funding for fiscal year 2022. Operations snapshot. All 3 licensed Detroit casinos continue to operate on a 24-hour, 7-day per week basis since the board's last public meeting. August 22 and September 22 revenue. The 3 Detroit casinos reported $106 million in monthly aggregate revenue in August and $103.4 million in monthly aggregate revenue in September. For August and September, gaming taxes the state of Michigan received from the 3 Detroit casinos was $16.7 million when compared to $17.8 million for the same period last year. For August and September 2022, the Detroit casinos paid $160,628 in retail sports betting taxes to the state of Michigan. For August and September, the 3 Detroit casinos reported paying the city of Detroit $29 million in wagering taxes and development agreement payments when compared to $30.1 million for the same period last year. For August and September, the 3 Detroit casinos reported paying $196,915 in retail sports betting taxes to the city of Detroit. Fantasy contest. For the period of July 2022 through August 2022, fantasy contest operators reported total adjusted revenues of $2.3 million and paid taxes of $194,813. For year to date through August 31st, 2022, the aggregate fantasy contest adjusted revenues reported by fantasy contest operators totaled $9.7 million and paid taxes of $807,505. Revenue from the Lawful Sports Betting Act and the Lawful Internet Gaming Act, January through August 22, $1 billion from Internet Gaming, $213 from Internet Sports Betting. Of that, $100.02 billion in total adjusted gross receipts, $916 million from Internet Gaming, $104 million for Internet Sports Betting. State of Michigan taxes paid in taxes and payments for January through August 2022, $190 million in taxes and payments, $183.3 million from Internet Gaming, and $6.7 million from Internet Sports Betting. City of Detroit taxes and fees for January through August 22, $53.2 million total in taxes and fees, $49.6 million for Internet Gaming, $3.6 million from Internet Sports Betting. Tribal operator payments for January through August 2022, $20.7 million in payments to tribes. Occupational licensing. Since the board's August 2022 meeting, the employee licensing section completed the required background investigations of 231 Level 1 and Level 2 occupational license applications, 61 Level 3 license applications, and 359 license renewal requests. Pursuant to Board Resolution number 2002-02, I have already approved the 359 renewal requests and the 61 Level 3 applications as recommended by the Employee Licensing Section staff. The remaining recommendations regarding the 231 pending Level 1 and Level 2 Occupational license applicants will be considered by the board as part of the business agenda for today's agenda. Disassociated persons list. Disassociated persons to have requested removal from a lifetime ban after 5 years on the disassociated person list. Currently, we have 4,106 individuals on the disassociated persons list. The board has received 1,132 applications seeking removal from the disassociated persons list. Board staff has approved 992 requests. 40 applicants have requested placement back on the list. 75 applications have been denied, and the remaining 25 applications are currently under review. The denials are due to either the applicants not being eligible or they did not respond to admissions letters sent to them by the agency. Waivers of criminal convictions. Since the August 9th, 2022 public meeting, we have issued 6 waivers. Minor citations under age of 21. Since the August 9th public meeting, 3 minors in the casino citations has been issued. Michigan State Police. In the report you have in front of you, there's a section on the activities of the state police, as well as their number of open positions. Since the information includes confidential investigations of persons and crimes at the casino, I am not going to address in the public forum, but please review at your convenience. A few notables I want to share with the board. Last week, board management staff, executive staff, board chair Linda Forte, the AG office, staff members, and state police members attended the Global Gaming Expo in Las Vegas. This convention is a great opportunity basically for this from the gaming industry around the world. People attend this conference. We attend educational seminars. We have an opportunity to meet with licensees, manufacturers, suppliers, and our counterparts in other jurisdictions. Madam Chair, again, thank you for attending. During the conference, I received many accolades regarding board staff and their interactions with our licensees. So again, I want to thank the staff on the hard work they do each day in representing this organization. Our licensees commented on how thankful they were for so many of our team members attending in person to give them the opportunity to meet and discuss matters face to face. We had several tough conversations we conducted with some licensees, and I want to thank staff members who attended. It isn't always fun and games while being away from our families. The state of Michigan launched the employee engagement survey on October 3rd, and the survey remains open until October 24th. I am pleased to report after the first 3 days, 67% of the board staff had completed the survey, the fastest in state government. And we have already surpassed the 80% goal set by the state. And as of today, we are over 85% complete with the survey. I would like to encourage all staff members to complete the survey. This gives each of you another opportunity to let us know what we are doing well and what we're not doing so well. This month, board staff will be meeting with the winning vendor to begin discussion on our responsible gaming messaging. The governor and the legislature, for the first time in our 25-year history, approved $3 million in appropriations for responsible gaming messaging. These funds will not be used to provide treatment, but instead promote responsible gaming messaging and direct citizens to where they can receive treatment, if necessary. We hope this is the first of many appropriations in this area. In closing, I would like to remind everyone that gambling in any form is for entertainment purposes only. If you or a loved one have a gambling problem, please call the state's 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-800-270-7666 7117 for assistance with treatment only. You also may visit our website at www.michigan.gov/MGCB for information on self-exclusion programs, including disassociated persons list, and the Internet Gaming and Sports Betting Responsible Gaming Database, or call the MGCB's Responsible Gaming section at 1-888-223-3044. Thank you, Madam Chair. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Are there any questions for Mr. Williams?
All right.
Seeing none, thank you again. Now we'll move into our business portion of the meeting. And the first item of business is to consider the Casino Operations Division's recommendation regarding Level 1 and Level 2 occupational license applications. The board's employee licensing staff has completed the background investigations of 231 Level 1 and Level 2 occupational license applicants since the board's last regular public meeting. All board members have been provided a copy of Exhibit 1, which summarizes the staff's recommendations to grant applications for the reasons specified in the related background investigation reports. Are there any questions? Okay. Board Member Palms, can we please have a motion to approve the occupational license applications as listed and recommended in Exhibit 1?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there support?
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion has passed, and orders will be issued accordingly. The next item is consideration of the Executive Director's reports and Licensing and Investigations Division's recommendations regarding the pending supplier license application request of BMM North America, Inc., HF Collection, Inc., IMG Arena US LLC DBA IMG Arena, K49A Media LLC, Neo Games Solutions LLC DBA Neo Games. Each board member has been provided with copies of the reports for review prior to today's meeting, and each applicant was given notice that the board would consider its supplier license request at today's meeting. Board staff is present to answer any questions that board members may have regarding the request. Are there any questions? Thank you. Board Member Lambert-Bounds, may we please have a motion to approve the supplier license applications as recommended?
So moved.
Thank you.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. If there's no other discussion, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion has passed, and orders will be issued accordingly. The next item is consideration of the Executive Director's reports and Licensing and Investigations Division's recommendations regarding the pending supplier license renewal request of Betfair Interactive US LLC DBA FanDuel Sportsbook, D. Kramer Inc., General Linen Supply Company DBA General Linen and Uniform Service, Greektown Propco LLC, Mastercraft Carpet Service Inc., DBA Mastercraft Floors, Penn Sports Interactive LLC, Premier Services Group, Reliable Landscaping Inc., Socios Holdings Inc., DBA Quality Meats and Culinary Specialties, Surveillance Systems Integration, Inc., DBA Surveillance Systems Incorporated, and Thomas Galloway Corporation, DBA Technologent. Each board member has been provided with copies of the reports for review prior to today's meeting, and each applicant was given notice that the board would consider its supplier license renewal request at today's meeting. Board staff is present to answer any questions that board members may have regarding the request. Are there any questions?
None.
Thank you, Board Member Palms. May we have a motion to approve the supplier license renewals?
So moved.
Is there support?
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion has passed, and orders will be issued accordingly. The next item is consideration of the Executive Director's report and Licensing and Investigations Division's recommendations regarding the pending request for approval of new key persons of supplier licensee. American Wagering, Inc., DBA William Hill Sportsbook. Crown MI Gaming, LLC, DBA DraftKings. Every Payments, Inc., Evolution US, LLC. IGT, NetInt Americas, LLC. NYX Digital Gaming USA, LLC. Pella Interactive, LLC. PointsBet Michigan, LLC. SG Gaming, Inc., DBA Scientific Games. The United States Playing Card Company, WSI US, LLC, DBA WinBet. Each board member has been provided with copies of the reports for review prior to today's meeting. Each applicant was given notice. The board would consider its request at today's meeting. And board staff is present to answer any questions that the board members may have.
Excuse me, Madam Chair, before
Yes.
you call the, for that one, we just missing one off.
Oh, will do. I'd like to add, and board members have received copies of these reports, Banash Technology Limited to the pending request for approval. So are there any questions, board members? Board Member Lambert Bounds, may we have a motion to approve the applications for new key persons as recommended?
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes and an order will be issued accordingly. The next item is consideration of the Executive Director's report and Licensing and Investigations Division's recommendations regarding the pending request for approval for new key persons of casino, internet gaming operator, and sports betting operator licensee. Little Traverse Bay Bands of Ottawa Indians and MGM Grand Detroit, LLC, DBA MGM Grand Detroit Casino. Each board member has been provided with copies of the reports prior to today's meeting, and each applicant was given notice. The board would consider its request at today's meeting. Board staff is present to answer any questions board members may have regarding the requests. Are there any questions? Okay. Board Member Palms, may we please have a motion to approve the applications for new key persons as recommended?
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion has passed and an order will be issued accordingly. The next item is consideration of the Licensing and Investigations Division's recommendation regarding the pending transfer of interest of supplier licensee, Pella Interactive, LLC. Each board member has been provided a copy of the report for review prior to today's meeting, and the licensee was given notice that the board would consider the request at today's meeting. Are there any questions from board members? Board Member Lambert Bounds, may we please have a motion to approve the transfers of interest as recommended?
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Thank you. Any other discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion is passed and an order will be issued accordingly. The next item is consideration of the acknowledgement of violation of casino licensee, Greektown Casino, LLC. Each board member was given has been provided with a copy of the report for review prior to today's meeting, and the licensee was given notice that the board would consider the acknowledgement of violation at today's meeting. Are there any questions from board members? Board Member Palms, may we have a motion to accept the acknowledgement of violation?
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion has passed, and an order will be issued accordingly. The next item is consideration of the acknowledgement of violation of occupational licensee Chris Porter. Each board member has been given a copy of the report for review prior to today's meeting, and the licensee was given notice that the board would consider the acknowledgement of violation at today's meeting. I'd like to ask Assistant Attorney General Bethany McCune to come forward to briefly summarize the facts involved.
Good morning. This is an occupational licensing matter that is trying to be resolved with an acknowledgement of violation relating to the renewal of a Level 1 occupational license. It has to do with some tax payments that weren't being made, and board staff has come to this agreement, and we would ask that you accept and adopt the terms of the acknowledgement of violation.
Thank you. Is Mr. Porter or his representative present or on the call and wishing to address the board? If so, please come forward and identify yourself for the record. I'd like to have the record note that neither the licensee or representative is present. Are there questions from board members?
No.
Board Member Lambert Bounds, may we please have a motion to accept this acknowledgement of violation?
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion is passed, and an order will be issued accordingly. The next item is consideration of the acknowledgement of violation of occupational licensee Sophia Donaldson. Each board member has been provided with a copy of the report for review prior to today's meeting, and the licensee was given notice the board would consider the acknowledgement of violation at today's meeting. Assistant Attorney General Bethany McCune will briefly summarize the facts.
Thank you. This is another matter where we're requesting you accept and adopt the acknowledgement of violation. This was a failure to notify the board of a charge and eventual plea to a misdemeanor charge, and under the statute there's a responsibility to notify the board of those things. So we would request that you accept and adopt the acknowledgement of violation.
Thank you. Is Ms. Donaldson or her representative present or on the call and wishing to address the board? If so, please come forward and identify yourself for the board. Note for the record that neither the licensee or representative is present. Are there questions from board members? Board Member Palms, may we have a motion to accept the acknowledgement of violation?
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion is passed, and an order will be issued accordingly. The next item is consideration of a proposal for decision regarding occupational licensee Garrick Carter. Each board member has been provided with a copy of the agency record for review prior to today's meeting, and the licensee was given notice that the board would consider the agency record regarding the proposal for decision at today's meeting. Assistant Attorney General Bethany McCune will briefly summarize the facts.
Thank you. This is a matter that went to an administrative hearing. Much like the last one, this is a failure to notify of plea to a misdemeanor charge. When staff gave an opportunity to respond through a notice of opportunity to show compliance, there was no response. The next step, of course, is going to a hearing. There was also no response at the hearing, didn't show up for that. And so we're asking that you accept and adopt the proposal for decision as it's been presented to you.
Thank you. Is Mr. Carter or his representative present or on the call and waiting and wishing to address the board? If so, please come forward and identify yourself for the record. Please note for the record that neither the licensee or representative is present. Are there any questions from board members? Okay. Board Member Lambert Bounds, may we please have a motion to accept the acknowledgement of violation?
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion has passed, and an order will be issued accordingly. The next item is consideration of the proposal of decision regarding occupational licensee Kathy Placido. Each board member has been provided with the agency record for review prior to today's meeting, and the licensee was given notice that the board would consider the agency record regarding the proposal for decision at today's meeting. Assistant Attorney General Bethany McCune will briefly summarize the facts.
And actually, I had a conversation. Ms. Placido is represented by Attorney Willenbrock, and we talked yesterday afternoon, and she has requested that we adjourn this matter to the next board meeting. So I would ask and concur with her request for an adjournment for the board's consideration at the next meeting.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Okay, if not, may we have a motion to adjourn the proposal for decision?
So moved.
Thank you.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion has passed, and an order will be issued accordingly. Thank you.
Thanks.
So we'll move now into other business. And the first item is public comment. We're now at the point in the board's meeting when members of the public may come forward and offer comments regarding the business of the board. Mr. Mathis, have we received any request?
Yes, we do have one request from Mr. Lloyd Levinson from BMM North America Incorporated. I believe we have him over the line.
Thank you. The line is open if you'd care to comment or offer a question.
Okay, I was just you can hear me?
We need you to speak a little louder. We can hear you, but it's very soft. Okay.
Sorry, Sheriff Forte, can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you now.
Okay, fine, thank you. Thank you very much. I am the attorney for BMM and been the attorney for about 20 years. And I just wanted to make a couple of comments if I could. BMM is actually the oldest independent test lab in the world, being established in 1981, over 40 years ago. It is licensed in well over 400 jurisdictions. It's been serving the Michigan Gaming Control Board and manufacturers desirous of doing business in Michigan for over 20 years. And we just wanted to thank the staff for their cooperation over those 20 years, and we look forward to continuing to assist the board and manufacturers desirous of doing business with the board as we move forward from now. So thank you for the opportunity to say this to Sheriff Forte and the other members of the board. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your comments. They're much appreciated. Mr. Mathis, do we have any other public comment?
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. The next scheduled public meeting will be held on Tuesday, December 13th, 2022 at 9:30 a.m. So next we'll consider a motion to go into closed session pursuant to Section 8H of the Open Meetings Act to receive notification of persons placed on the disassociated persons list since the board's last closed session. Since the board's August 9, 2022 public meeting, several applications have been received from individuals requesting to be placed on the board's disassociated persons list as part of their own treatment for compulsive gambling problems under Section 25 of the Michigan Gaming Control and Revenue Act. The Act and Board Resolution number 2001-06 require the board to be provided with confidential notification of the names of all individuals placed on the disassociated persons list since the board's last closed session. Board Member Lambert Bounds, may we have a motion to go into closed session?
So moved.
Support?
It's been moved and supported. There's no discussion. May I ask Mr. Mathis to take a roll call vote?
Yes. This is a roll call vote on the motion to go into closed session following this portion of today's public meeting. Those in favor, vote aye. Those opposed, nay. Chairperson Forte.
Aye.
Board Member Palms.
Aye.
Board Member Deidre Lambert-Bounds.
Aye.
Thank you. That motion has passed, and we will now proceed to closed session. Thank you. Okay, we're going to resume the open meeting. And we have one item of business here. Is there a motion to approve the meeting minutes of the board's August 9th, 2022 closed session? And let me just remind everyone, board members have been provided with a copy of the prepared meetings of the board's last closed session, which was held August 9th, 2022, for review prior to today's meeting. Do board members have any corrections, additions, or deletions to the prepared meeting minutes? Board Member Palms, may we have a motion to adopt the prepared meeting minutes?
So moved.
Support. It's been moved and supported. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Is there, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion has passed. And now we'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Board Member Lambert Pounds, may we have a motion?
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Any no discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion has passed. We are adjourned.